when he uses the effect. When he summons it, I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I'm like, well, that's your normal summon. You don't got anything else, right? Today, guys, we have a banger of a replay. So I'm going to show you a good example of an old build that I've been using. And when is the correct time to summon Zeus versus when it's not really the correct time to summon Zeus. So we're going to go right into it. So this matchup, I was playing against I believe it was a Mermail deck. And I haven't played against those in years, okay? So I have to reread every single card that was played. So we're gonna go walk through step by step, and I'll show you exactly what my mindset was on every single card. Okay, here. To begin, let's look at our hand right now. Our hand is actually kind of cracked. The only issue is you kind of do lose to Ash if you Lone Fire Blossom and then they Ash step. So I play Glamour. Most of the time, people just Ash the Glamour because they're like, oh wow, free Rikka monster? Then that's kind of cracked, so... Since he didn't do anything to it, I just assume he didn't have Ash, and I just pray he doesn't have Valor or Imperm, which he doesn't. So here, in this instance, we just want to go for the protective play and just go for Petal, because Petal always comes back. And as a heads up, my extra deck's not complete, so we're literally missing... We have Bengal Lancer, Boral Sword, Dryas. We don't have Alsay. We do have 2 Teardrops, which is good enough. Oh, we have 3 in this one, actually, because I pulled a 3rd one. And I'm like, wait, I only need 2. And then we also have 1 Nightingale, too, along with a... what's the other one? Princess Sprite. This is, like, literally the perfect example of when to use Zeus. So here, we move on. We get the Search. We get Tranquility here. I don't know what he's playing. Sometimes Cheat won't help. If we're playing against a random Eldritch deck, then Tranquility is just... ultimately just better as opposed to Sheet. So we just make Teardrop the defense play. You got to make the defense, grab the umbrellas, put them in defense, and have at it. We have a set Chalice and a set Tranquility, so I feel super safe here. So after this Lightning Storm, I'm like, oh, okay, that sucks. So I could have Tranquility to grab Petal here, but I'm just worried if he's playing Chaos Max, I do lose. So I didn't just use Tranquility's effects. Remember, guys, Lightning Storm, the reason why you summon your cards in defense. So here, Bistia sends Dragoons. Gets a search for Gund. And then Dragoons gets another search. He searches for Nepethys. Okay. So Nepethys says you can send an Atlantean monster from your deck to the graveyard, except itself, then add any Atlantean card from deck to your hand. I'm like, that's very strong. So the moment he summons that, not when he uses the effect, when he summons it, I'm just going to get rid of it. And I'm like, well, that's your normal summon. You don't got anything else, right? Deep Sea Aria. He adds Minstrel to his hand. Minstrel can discard itself another water monster. Looks at my hand and banish 1 card in my hand. He banishes the big one, and I'm like, okay, sure, Hellbore's fine. I get it back later, though, unfortunately for me. He goes to end phase. Petal comes back. His Petal always comes back. So here, right? His Abyssia is a 1700 attack. To my knowledge, I don't know anything that gives him more power that is normally played. So we're just going to go right at it. So we're going to Glamour here. Let's grab a Petal. Normal Petal. And then these two will make Princess Sprite. So I do like Princess Sprite here because you do get to mill one. And you could occasionally just like mill a Spore or an Erica. I already have Erica in my hand and a Hellbore, so it's whatever. So it doesn't matter what we mill here, because we're still going to get 2 mats. We mill a Droll. So now Princess Sprite attacks right over that. You don't want to use Teardrop's effect unless you have to. So now, for next turn, we can still use Teardrop's effect to get rid of one of his chess pieces. So main phase 2, summon Zeus in defense. Because we did not use Petal's effect or Snowdrop's effect, we are not locked into plants. We have 2 interruptions. Now a Zeus and a Teardrop. He has 3 cards in the hand, and I know one of them, so that's fine. He summons Megalo. So he uses Gun's effect. I honestly have very vague memories of what they do, but I know Nepethys is literally the best Mermail monster. So we're going to let that be. Megalo comes back. He adds Scale. Okay, Scale negates a first trap card. When any trap card activated resolves, negate it, and it also gives his Mermail monster 800 attack. However, here's the issue with it. Alright, we're going to go with Pot of Avarice. He's going to go with Pot of Avarice. Shuffles 5 back. He draws 2, okay? Did you know I have a website? Visit AkemiTCG.com to get your limited edition Rikka Fairy merchandise today. Now he goes into Abyss Gaios. This is kind of terrifying, because Abyss Gaios, level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack. That's fine, because I just play mostly Exceeds. You can detach material from this card, negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls that has less attack than this card, but both of these have equal to or more attack, so it's whatever. But if he uses that, okay, that's going to give his monster 800 attack. It's going to be 3600, and then I'm kind of done skis unless I chain these effects. So the moment he equips the Abyss Scale onto Gaios, I want to use Teardrop to get rid of his card, because the activating the spell starts a chain. It's not fully equipped onto the card until the chain resolves. So here I can chain Teardrop. This would be 100% the perfect time. Get rid of that card, and also his card fizzles because he has no more target for it. His equip card's gone. And now he summons an Abyssius in defense, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's spaghettied here. Add Abyss Spike, okay, cool. Oh, he's super spaghetti here. Petal does not come back because I control non-plants. I do have Zeus in the field, but that's fine, so we just play it safe here. Just attack with everything. 1, 2. So I know he has a Pike in his hand. He has to draw something really, really good to out this board. Even if he draws Lightning Storm, it wouldn't out the board, because he still have to get over that, which he can't. So he has Nepethys. He normal summons Nepethys. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. I don't want him to use Nepethys effect. So the moment he normal summons Nepethys, boom, everything gone. I don't want to see the rest of your Mermail deck. I just want to see your deck get spaghetti. That's all. If you can't send stuff from the deck to the graveyard, then the deck kind of loses its luster, and he kind of ran out of steam there. So that was also, in my opinion, the best time to Zeus. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helps at least some of you, I guess, especially with the Mermail matchup. It's more important you read your opponent's cards. With Rikkas, you have to be very careful on when you use Teardrop, when you use Zeus. You use it too early, that can cost you the game, and you use it too late, that can also cost you the game. So you have to be very, very mindful, and knowing your opponent's deck helps a lot. Where in this case, I don't really know too much about Mermails. I just know they discard stuff to do effects. I could read Nepethys and firmly say that card is so good. You send any Mermail from deck to the graveyard, then you can add a Mermail card from deck to your hand, like an Atlantean, something like that. And I'm like, that's not happening. That's not happening. So we hit those both, and that was, in my opinion, the optimal time to summon Zeus there, especially since I don't have access to all set. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
The world ends now.